Got a picture of your house, and you're standing by the door. It's black and white and faded, and it's looking pretty warm.
Pretty
See
warm.
the fact without a word, silhouetted in the back. The memories are great, but man, they're really coming back. I don't need to be the king of the
Greg, you don't need to be the king of the world.
As long as I'm the hero of you, Chris. That's all I need.
Of his little girl, Chris. That's what you wanted to say. I'm little girl, Chris. And this is the Big Talk Podcast with Chris and Greg. I'm Chris.
I'm Greg.
Welcome back, guys, for another episode. Valentine's Special Edition.
Yeah.
All about love.
All about the Power Ballad.
The Power Ballad. I love the Power Ballad. Who doesn't love a great Power Ballad?
I don't know, man. Me and you are so much into the Power Ballad, dude.
Hey, but first, let's pay some bills.
Pay some bills.
Here we go, guys. And you know what? I'm going to break it down slow just like I did last week. On Instagram and TikTok, you can get a hold of us at bigtalkcg.podcast. On email, bigtalkcg@gmail.com. And on Twitter, bigtalkcg @bigtalkcg on Twitter. We're also on Facebook now. We got the Facebook page is flowing and going.
That's right. Yeah, I saw that.
So
Cool.
just look us up on Facebook, Big Talk Podcast with Chris and Greg. You'll find us, like us, follow us. What do the kids say? Smash it, man. Smash that. I just like to say click it.
Yeah, there you go.
Click it. Click it. But
it.
click it hard, man.
Yeah.
Make me feel that click all the way over here.
There
in
you go, man. That's it, man.
North Hollywood, where we're...
The Big Talk
Partying.
Studios.
Hey, man. Is there anything you want to talk about?
Yes, before we start off,
Let's talk about it.
grab what you're doing. We're going to do a cheers.
Oh,
This is what we're doing, folks, because this is the Power Ballad, man. I bought Chris a couple of Jaeger shots and a beer, but we're going to start off with a Jaeger shot. Here we go, Chris. Click. We're going to open it up. We're going to be drinking it. Yes, it's nice and cold,
I'm going to tell you
people.
this. Every time I drink these, first let's cheers.
Cheers. Once again, click, click. Cheers, guys.
Every time I drink these, it reminds me of bumblebees.
Right? Right.
What is that? Jägermeister and Baron Yager?
And Baron Yager.
It's a Gregg special.
Yeah.
He only makes it for you if he loves you. He loves me. Yeah, dude. You know, I really, really enjoyed that last episode we did about Operation Mindcrime. It was really good going in depth on that.
Oh, that was really cool.
But we're really gonna kind of turn the corner here because it's Valentine's Day next
That's
week,
it, man.
And we got an episode for all you lovers out there and lovers in training.
There you
That's what I'm
go.
calling single people now.
Oh, okay.
Lovers in training. So for all you lovers and lovers in training out there, this is going to be the power ballads that you need to put on your power ballad playlist.
All right. Yes. Both of us. You know what? This is now now, when we first talked about this, Chris told me, he goes, only do love songs. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to bring you songs. So some of these songs
I have to stop you right there because that's not what I said. This is exactly what I said. And if I need to bring up the texts, I will screenshot these sons of bitches and post them. What I said was, my list is getting pretty long. How long is your list? This is what Greg said to me. Oh, it's about 80. And I said, maybe we should think about narrowing it down. Like maybe it should just be about love or song,
Love
songs or songs, thinking about maybe just doing from a certain decade or only this. Like we need to parse this down so we can come to a really. And then the funniest thing he replied to me was says, but I can get it down to 15. Like he said that immediately after. It's like he had 80, I can get it down to 15, which he did.
Yeah.
And I had trouble, but I got it there.
My list after I finished it, Chris, is right now at 100 plus. So I stopped at 100 because I was getting crazy. It could grow, but
You are almost at 100, and so is your song list.
oh, you son
I'm
of a
cold-blooded,
bitch.
but I love you.
Yeah, not good. You better start the first song, man, because you
Hey,
messed me up.
well,
with
let's talk. That first song we heard was "Heaven" by Warrant, a great power ballad. And we will say this, when we compiled our list, got down to our last 15 or 20 or so, that was the only song that we both had on our list, which shows that we approached this in two totally different directions. Right? I took it as a literal, we're going to do power ballads. I picked what I thought were some of, not all of, but some of the best and biggest power ballads, the ones that I thought that were people would know. I picked a couple that may have been a little bit under the radar, but if you listen to the radio, you might still hear them. So that was the approach I took. I said classic power ballads, fairly popular, songs that I also love. I didn't pick any song I didn't like, but you approached this different than I did. So we're going to get a variety of different kind of songs. So what was your approach on that?
My approach was we finally get to do power ballads. Bam. So I said, well, what do I want to say about it? So what I did was I went deep into my thoughts and feelings, and I brought 15 of power ballads that mean something to me. So each one of these songs is either a past memory, is the songs that I still listen to today, or is something that means to me. So I had this shot, and I took it as I'm gonna put ballads on that I absolutely love and can still listen to them today. So some of them are older. There's a few that I brought from today's genre of music. So this is what I gave Chris, and here we go, man. Let's start off with a song.
I gotta say this. In hindsight, I wish I would have approached it more from your point of view, but teaser, when we do this again next year for all you lovers and lovers in training, I'm going to approach it more from that angle.
All right.
And I'm going to go deep in the cerebellum. Is that a real thing? The cerebellum. I'm going to go to the tip of my brain theme.
Oh, okay, there you go.
All the way to the tip.
There you go.
Deep.
Yeah.
Bring out some memories.
I can do another 20 right now.
Medulla oblongata.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and let's start it. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. This is actually the first song on my list.
Okay, sounds good.
Whoop.
Go with it.
Skid Row's I Remember You.
Yeah, I love this song. And I'm going to tell you, Chris, this is the song, if you want to say this is what a power ballad should be. Power, emotion, love, a story, power ballad, and Chris, an excellent solo.
Oh yeah, this is if I'm rating power ballads of all time, like I think I said it on a show before, this is my number one.
Yeah.
This is the best power ballad. I don't care what anybody says about any other band and originators or decades or the first ones or the last one. This is quintessential, and to me it does have memories. This is gonna be weird. This song reminds me of like high school dances from like my freshman and junior year when you'd be slow dancing, and you thought you were all, risque, being about it.
But put your hands on her hips.
Yeah. That was past the chaperone, straight out when you had to dance like this. There wasn't any more of that. It was like this. So I think what we're gonna do here, let's do 2 songs apiece. We'll go 2. We'll just go back and forth.
Sounds good, buddy. I love it, man. I love
it. That. But like you said, yes, this song has one of the best guitar solos in any song from this is a Skid Row. I remember
exactly,
from any song of this genre.
Yeah. Skid Row did have a lot of other power ballads, but for me, this was it. First album, debut album. They came out with a rocker, the first single. I think this was the third single.
Yes,
and by this time, Skid Row was on their way to being a great live opening act, and it kicked ass and took names. And this song did not disappoint with your lighters in the air at concerts and the way it felt. I mean, if you're driving in your car, it's just either you're with somebody saying, I remember the past, I remember you, or today, like I just remember all the good times and how it started, man. But this song kicks ass, takes names, and is the definition of a power ballad to me. Let's listen to the solo. Just listen to the solo and have the feeling.
Take it in, dude.
Yeah, take it in, man. Love it.
Great song, great band, great power ballad. What more do we need to say? Nothing else.
Nothing
I
else,
think we
man.
can go. Let's go to the next song.
Got it.
REO Speedwagon, Keep on Loving You, arena rock at its finest. It's kind of funny. This is a band that really just had its moment in time. That late 70s, early 80s thing going on. But man, I had a hard decision. There were 2 songs by them I really wanted to put on this list,
on there?
but Keep on Loving You is the one that my wife chose. So
This was the introduction to REO for me.
yeah,
So
I think for a lot of people, yeah.
in 1980, when this album came out, High Fidelity.
Yep.
High
High Infidelity.
High Infidelity. It was my introduction to REO, and I did go buy this album when it came out. So at that time, I loved it. And there's another song on this album called "Taking on the Run" that really took
Oh
me
yeah,
to.
this is a really good album. They're known for their power ballads and their softer side, but they can rock out. You know, they can get it going.
Yeah.
Great band.
I love this song too, man. There's nothing wrong with this song. It's totally great. I love it.
And this is what, you know, for me, people go, what's a power ballad? What's a power ballad? You can tell with this song and also with the one previous, Skid Row. To me, it's a song that starts out slow, often with a piano, often with some acoustic, soft electric guitar, maybe just some vocals, and it has a gradual escalation of power and emotion through the instruments and the vocals. It grows, climaxes with the pre-guitar chorus or the pre-bridge before the guitar solo, and just goes off into that chorus at the end, and it's just like the power just takes over everything. That's, to me, is the power ballad.
Sounds good, baby doll. I love it, man.
All right, let's
Next
go
song.
to
All
the
right,
next song. Let's go to Gregg's first choice right here.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so back in the day, this was I don't want to say my first introduction to Led Zeppelin, but I remember listening on the radio. I think it was KLOS here in Los Angeles that I heard it on the radio, and I was like, oh my God. And then it just, Led Zeppelin, that I knew of them of being a great rock band, but this was the first introduction of it, and I loved it.
Yeah, dude.
You know, I heard this on the radio, and dude, I think the next day I went and bought the cassette. That's how much I just loved this song, man.
Oh yeah, this is what album is this off of? What album is this?
In Through the Outdoor?
In Through the Outdoor, because I was kind of thinking back, like, God, I wonder what the original power ballad is. And the first song that came to my mind was Stairway to Heaven. I started thinking, like, oh man, because it has that surreal slow build up and stuff like that. The song didn't even come to my mind, but this is a great choice.
Yeah, from 1979, In Through the Outdoor. So I was 10 years old when this album came out.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, and then
Are you sure?
Yes, and from the time I would want to say Chris, really, I think it was 8 years old. I can really remember back that's when I got into Kiss, and I started getting into the rock, and then, you know, Led Zeppelin. Just their name was it, but this is the latest album they released, and it was just something I had to have. This song was just so great, sounded so great for me. So my memory of this, I was 10 years old, heard it on the radio, needed to own it. So that's why it's on the list today.
And you don't hear this much on the radio.
No, not much.
Not at all.
It's not one of those
They
songs.
got so many songs. They're playing all the other ones.
Yeah.
You ready to move on to the
Sure,
next
baby.
to the next episode? Let's go.
All right. Now, this is from Bon Jovi, 1700 Fahrenheit. This is Silent Night. Bon Jovi does have a ton of ballads.
When you made your list, your initial list of that is now 100, how many Bon Jovi songs did you have on it?
4.
I think that I had some that I intentionally didn't to put on there, but I think that 6 came to mind. And I was like, okay, maybe we just need to do a Bon Jovi power ballad show, like all on its own. They might be the king of the power ballad, dude. They just...
Ooh, I like that, man.
got that sensitive side.
Yeah. 1985, 1700 Fahrenheit.
And you never hear this song. You never hear this song.
You never hear this song on the radio, but like I said, sophomore album. The other songs from this album, In and Out of Love, Price of Love, Only Lonely. Now, those were great, but for me, this one, Silent Night, really touched me. It really moved me, and it was something that I wanted to put out there today and say, hey, this is a great, great song. Passion, emotion, talking about love. Love it, baby.
Yeah,
Love it.
And with as far as their power ballads go and their ballads in general, this is the one that you really never hear. You hear, Always, Thank You for Loving Me, Never Say Goodbye. Those kind of songs you hear more often, and this one almost never.
Yeah.
But man, this is right up there with them for sure. Definitely, it's just one of those ones that flies under the radar.
Cool.
And it actually was a release, just in case you wanted to know. It was a single off of this album.
Well, I know, but it isn't one of those known ones.
It wasn't.
Because
it wasn't.
After this, Slippery When Wet came out, and those guys just blew up. Yeah.
They were on MTV, looking like
rock gods.
Ready to go?
Ready, baby?
Here we go, dude. We did not plan this at all. Wink, wink. But we're going to go into another Bon Jovi power ballad. I'm sure some people said, hey, what about I'll Be There For You? It's right here, baby.
There you go.
It's right here. It's up next off of the New Jersey album, their #1 best album. And man, I absolutely love this song. It came down to this and Never Say Goodbye and Always. I keep listing them off. But this one for me just told more of and I enjoyed this song so much. One, because of the yell at the end.
Yeah.
But two, the storytelling that John writes, John and Richie, I think Desmond might have been on here too, I'm not sure, but the lyrics that John writes for these songs are just so amazing. And this just tells such a great story of I heard your suitcase say goodbye. She's leaving, but I'm always going to be there for you. And a lot of people can go take that because they've been through this exact same thing where they've been left and they will always be there for that person and kind of a thing.
I thought
great song.
I thought the bantering, or what we call singing, of John and Richie was what caught me on this too. I'm not going to say, Chris, I don't love this. I love this song. This was Silent Night. If I didn't put Silent Night, this would have been on there. And like I said, I love John singing. And then you hear Richie in the background, like doing a couple of extra verses and little extra songs and words. Right mixture for a power ballad. Love it.
Yeah.
God, there's so much emotion. Now, the quick story real fast was when this came out, my buddy Dr. Mike, chiropractic doctor, Michael Mendoza, he was playing guitar and he would play these little beginning riff of like that for me and stuff like that.
And you'd go wild, right? You'd pull your lighter out in his bedroom.
Yep.
Love it. Did you throw your bra on his bed?
No, throwing the bra. I kept that on.
And another thing, obviously, he's got Richie, man. Great guitar solo in this song. And man, listen to that. Oh man, it's great. Listen to John, the emotion in his voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
One of the great emotional, he's got that emotional sound in his voice, one of the great emotional singers.
Hear Richie right now. Yeah.
These guys are great. Oh, yeah. I'll be the water when you get thirsty, baby. When you get drunk, I'll be the wine.
I was going to be the beer if you get thirsty, Chris, man.
All right, let's go. Ready to go to the next song. Song number 2. I guess actually number 4 for me. I'll Never Let You Go by Steelheart. One of my favorite bands. I love this band. But man, this is like a classic music video. They got their silky shirts on, unbuttoned down, halfway to their belly button, chest hair just tickling out, dude. Looking all, hair all blown out, looking all sexy. Dude, the vocals are amazing.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. This guy's a good singer, man.
Outstanding part of this band. This band is tight, though. If you go through and you actually listen to their debut album, there's not a bad track on it, but this one is definitely one of the standouts as far as power ballads go. Man, it doesn't get much better than this. I'll tell you that right now.
Good song, man. I love it too.
I remember when this came out, it was all over MTV.
Right?
It was that early 90s, and I can't remember what exactly year this came out, but maybe like a 91 or a 92 or something like that. Yeah, 91. Yeah, I remember this was all over the place, dude.
Awesome, man.
And I'll say something, fun fact, in case people didn't know, which I think most people do. The vocalist is the same vocalist, and I hate saying his name because I always butcher it. Miljenko Matijevic. There it is, Matijevic. He was the singer for Steel Dragon.
Right.
In Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
He's also one of my guys. Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves, Mark Wahlberg. Those are my 3 guys. I've said it. I'll say it again, dude. And now Steelheart's my guys as well. But, man, this is a power ballad. You get that slow start. You get that soft guitar, the soft vocals.
Yeah.
The emotion, the strong emotion comes. I'll never let you go, Angel Eyes. Love it. Can't get enough of this stuff. I can't get enough of power ballads, dude.
I can't, man. Let's go to the next one.
Let's go.
All right, going on my list now. We're talking about it. This is Ballad from Poison on the first album, man.
Yep.
I Won't Forget You. Love it. The first album. When this album came out, it was so amazing, so much fun, so glam rockish, and I love this power ballad. It's not their best. They don't play it anymore, but for me, I love it. It brings so good, so imagine. Same thing, storytelling. It sounds awesome, dude. I just love it.
Yeah,
and I like CC solo on it too, man. So
yeah,
I'm with him on that.
This is a great underrated power ballad. It came, right at the end of this rotation cycle on this album. This was the last song they released. But man, I was in 6th grade when this album was out, and I could not get enough of Poison. I could not get enough. I didn't have money to buy the record or I had to give someone a blank tape to make. I think I said this before, to make a dub copy, and they marked side 1 as side 2 and side 2 as side 1. So I always had it in reverse order. But man, this is great.
This is an excellent song, man.
This is you put this in, man. You get to light some candles.
Yeah. And not to say Poison doesn't have many other ballads in their next few albums.
Yeah.
But like I said, this song, this memory was just very touching to me, and very emotional.
Is there a specific memory that this reminds you of, or?
No. Same thing. I was a 10th grader.
Like a moment in time kind of thing. Like this song reminds you of who your friends were, or girls at that time, and just where you were at in that period of life. And just flashes. As soon as you hear that opening guitar riff, it takes you straight back. Freaking, I don't want to say how many years, but a lot of them back to those days.
Yeah. Also, too, when the first time I heard Poison, and this whole album as a debut album was that good. Loved it. Can't say enough about it, man. But we're here right now. Oh, baby. Yeah, CC. Rip it up.
That's great right there.
Cool.
Let's go to the next song.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking about some good stuff, man. Same thing. This is Def Leppard, Bringing on the Heartbreak. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, Chris, I didn't find this album until after Pyromania. So Pyromania came out, and that was my introduction to Def Leppard. I love that album so much, and then I heard that, this is their 3rd album. So I had to go back and find High and Dry, and High and Dry was just ripping. This song was on it, and then On Through the Night, which was their 1st album. But this power ballad, same thing, a moment in time for me. So beautiful, so wild, love it.
Oh yeah, this is, once again, dude, you're bringing some of the best ones to the table here. Underrated. Never put at the top of anybody's list of their songs, but one of the best songs that they ever did.
Yeah.
It's definitely a power ballad. It's got that slow build, and it's got the great, emotional. It's the guitars are amazing. You got some twin guitar action in there with Steve Clark and Phil Collin. Great. He wasn't.
Pete Willis.
Yeah, Pete Willis was still here. But man, great. Dude. Yeah. Great harmonies like Def Leppard always does.
After they got super popular, they kind of redid this song, but in like in a remix, but with more keyboards on it. And I didn't really like that version of it because I wanted to hear the more guitar,
Oh, yeah.
less keyboardish stuff on it.
Oh yeah.
But and not to say that Def Leppard doesn't have, we could do another episode with Def Leppard power ballads.
Oh yeah. For
I
sure,
mean,
dude. They got them all over the
there's
place.
A good 50 or 60.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, they do have a bunch of power ballads. But this to me is my favorite. Love it. Love Joe's voice on here. The guitar work, so beautiful, so romantic, and like it says, it's about bringing on the heartbreak. So Heartbreaker song.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Bringing on the heartbreak. He's just knows it's coming.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go. Oh, I had a hard time with Great White picking which one but I knew I had to put on there because they do these power ballads as good as anybody else from this era.
Anybody.
And this one really gets me because it just, the emotion
Yeah.
in Jack Russell's voice is just beyond compare with almost anybody from this era. Anybody that's a vocalist in a rock band, man. This is just great stuff.
This is another song that when this album came out was very popular. They'd had so many other power ballads that this song got pushed to the back.
Yep.
But this to me also is one of my favorite songs from them. So yes, it's on my list. Was it as pushed forward as I wanted? No, because I had a bunch of other songs. But I do love Great White. I do love their power ballad. I do love their bluesiness. Love this song. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about it, dude. It's one of those ones you really got to listen, and I'm gonna save all your love. Save all your love for me.
Yeah.
It's great.
Chris, save all your love, man.
I do. All of it.
For me only.
Whew. Listen to that.
Yeah, Chris.
When I'm alone at night, you're all I see. It's great stuff. Great stuff from a great band. The Great White. Definitely, I see a future episode with them.
Oh,
coming up
yeah.
at some point.
Nice.
But for now, we're going to move on to the next one.
Me and Chris can't say enough about this band.
One of our favorite
And
bands.
I'm sure you probably had a hard time picking a song from this band. I did too. I thought Chris was going to put another song on there because we've talked about it before where we said we love it and it's just very emotional for us. But when he put this one on, I was like, okay, I understand why you put this one.
Yeah, the different approach to our list is really what it was.
But love it. This is called Love Song, and it was their big hit.
Tesla is the band, just in case we didn't say it.
Yeah, and it's just so good, so magical. Same thing, debut album. Just added icing to the cake on all their singles. And, on tour, lighters, girls singing, people going crazy. Love it. Sing along, too. Every time we see it, if they don't play this, everybody's pissed off, but it's so good.
Oh, they play this. And I love when they play this song live. Hannon comes out. He's got the 12-string guitar, plays an extended acoustic solo that's 2.5 minutes long, goes into this. I don't even a lot of these songs. I don't know what to say because they're just so great, and I just want to say this is a great song. But yeah, Love Song is one of the all-time great power ballads of all time, and I love songs like this where it goes through the whole song and it doesn't get to the chorus, the sing-along part, the bombastic ultra power until the very end. Love Will Find a Way, it goes through the whole song, and that's the last things they start talking about. So Love Will Find a Way, man.
Definitely.
It's great. I love it. I can't get enough of this song. Any list with great power ballads gets made. This song must be on it, or else.
Right? Or else. Hey, what would be the song that I was thinking of before this?
Oh, the song that you thought I was gonna put on there is It's Not What You Got, It's What You Give.
Not Call It What You Want?
No.
Okay.
What you got? It's not what you got. It's what you give.
Yeah, What You Give.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. That was the song that I originally thought you were going to pick first because we've talked about it, how we felt, man, that's a great song, and I love it. So I thought you would put that one, but it's good. It'll be out next year. But
Teaser. Stay tuned.
spoiler.
52 episodes later.
Yeah.
Here we go.
This is it, man. Yes, great band. Love it. I mean, we both said enough about it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so good.
I love it. And great, tasty guitar solo as well.
Oh,
dude.
man. We Tesla and solos, enough said, dude.
Go together like peanut butter and jelly. All right, let's go to the next one.
Not peanut butter and tuna fish?
Nope.
Oh, this is from my list, guys. This is from Warrant. I got some tidbits for you on this one. This is called I Saw Red. Very beautiful song, very heartbreaking song, where almost auto... Janie said he wrote this, and it pretty much happened to him, where this is a song about coming home and seeing your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you want to look at it, in love with someone else. And he caught that.
In love or in bed?
Well, let's say in bed with someone else, and he knew that they had more of a magic between them than he had with that girl or other person. Very beautiful. Now, I don't know if you knew this, Chris, but this is one of their earlier songs.
I think I did know something
And
about that, but
Heaven came later, but either everybody went, and when I saw him live, I saw him once at the country club, way back in the day. Heaven was the big song, but later on I found out that this song was in their catalog. They just didn't perfect it yet for the stage and stuff, or it wasn't finished until after Jane went back to it and did it. So he had this in his arsenal before Heaven, but later on
I'm wondering
brought
if
this out.
maybe because when you're a band like that, playing at the club scene, the stage and the whole performance area in itself is so small. Maybe they just couldn't get a keyboard or a piano player or one of them to play piano and do the rest of it. Maybe it was just like the logistics of the situation also had to contribute to it. Like, well, if we try to perform this, how are we going to perform it? Okay, let's not even try that yet. But when we hit it big, which we know we're going to do, then we'll bust it out. I don't know. Just throwing that out there.
I thought it was they had it in their arsenal, but they needed a producer to tweak it and add a little more magic until they got it right. And maybe Heaven was more something that they can do right away and have it ready. And then they brought this back in there. We have another album. We're ready. We got a few songs that we want to
I think if you go on YouTube, you could find a live performance of Warren at Gazzari's where I think it was their last live performance before they go tour. No, they go record the new album or they go on tour or something. So it's straight out of Hollywood, and you can find it on YouTube.
Now, did you say Gazzari's?
Gazzari's. He's a foxy guy.
Fucking Chris, I love it when you do that. You crack me up, man.
It's great.
Hey, great solo. Now, before you go on, I want to bring up something where today I brought Chris Delirium Red. This is Valentine's Day. This is a Belgian ale with cherry and elderberry. Right? So let's do a quick toast. We're going to open the next bottle. There's quick cheers. All right, we're going to taste this.
That's good stuff right
Tasty.
there.
It has a little winey, like it tastes like more of like a wine.
It's wines like my kids.
But good. And this was one of my wife's favorite beers. She loved Delirium. And red was only special because it only comes out fallish, winter time. But since it was red, since it was different, I wanted to bring it to Chris.
I see red.
I see red, baby.
Ooh, it must be magic.
Stole my line.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to say that.
Stole my line.
How long have you been waiting to say that?
All right. So since we talked about
Now I feel bad.
Hollywood and Sunset Strip, this is another band, Pretty Boy Floyd. I was able to check him out with this album at the Roxy, and this album, from head to toe, I thought was pretty good. Loved it. They were glam. This is after Poison came out, so they were trying to outdo maybe Poison in a sense. And they had a little more makeup than them. But this album, rockin', fist in the air, very youth-driven album. But this ballad, very, very beautiful, very emotional, and I loved it. And I've always loved this. I think I always brought it up to Chris, too. But this album was... this song really means something to me. It's very simple, very teenage, new romantic love.
Yeah.
I want to be with you. You know, there's going to be a song on the line. Is, you know, you can look around for other guys, but you know, the right guy is standing here for you, and that's it, man. Pretty Boy Floyd, Steve Stevens, he's still going it for today. They're still making music and they're still touring. Very good, very romantic.
Yeah,
you know.
it's very like high school oriented kind of a song. Kind of is, to me, is kind of the center of this song is that kind of an age group.
This is what I'm talking about. That's the line.
Because
I want to be with you. Great song.
You stole my line, man. Yeah, this is good stuff right here.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I would say most people probably haven't heard of these guys. We actually brought this up before we did this episode. We were kind of thinking about what we were going to do. I said, yeah, we can talk about bands like Pretty Boy Floyd. We can do all that kind of stuff. And I'm glad Gregg brought it to the table because I did not. Let's go. What Power Ballad show would be complete without
Didn't we just talk about this a few episodes ago?
the the almighty Journey? And hold on, I'm not done. And their best power ballad, Faithfully. I love
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you.
this song, written about them being out on the road, being out on tour. I'm Forever Yours. Just the lyrics, the wording of the lyrics, the describing
video.
of the lyrics, the video. You know what? I just did. It's almost like, think about this for a second. I don't know why I just thought of this. I just did. It's almost like Every Rose Has Its Thorn video was almost patterned right after this. It's like a tour video. Remember they're always on tour and they're backstage and all that shit and being silly sometimes and being exhausted sometimes. Kind of patterned up the same. So some of you guys have seen that. Basically, this is about 9 years earlier. When this came out, but man, this is the power ballad of power ballads. Man, I know we said Skid Row, but how can you escape this voice of Steve Perry? It's totally different. It's totally different.
Yes.
Style, but man, forget about it.
Okay. Skid Row and Journey, two different styles. Both have beautiful power ballads. Journey's more of a romantic with the keyboards and the synthesizers, and that formula works very well.
Yep.
I was thinking more of the Skid Row. It worked for the power ballad in that time, that frame of time.
Yes.
Both of them very beautiful, very romantic, very, the solos in both of them are excellent. Oh, yeah,
dude.
But,
excellent guitar players in both bands. For these bands' genres, whatever you want to call them, Skid Row, hair band, let's just call them that. You put them in a box, because that's what we like to do. You put you in a box. And then you got Journey, who is like that arena rock, classic rock, soft rock with an edge. Yes, maybe something like that. Oh, the mellow metal, right?
Yeah, mellow metal.
This is they're the best at doing that.
Exactly.
Skid Row's one of the best at doing what they do, if not the best. Underrated there. It doesn't get better than Faithfully.
No,
in my book.
No.
Quintessential
Love
power
it.
ballad. And if you haven't heard this, you've been living under a rock.
Yeah.
Speaking of living under rocks, it's kind of funny. I was walking around the last couple of days saying, man, I can't. Valentine's Day's coming up, guys. Anybody that would listen to me, we're going to be doing a power ballad episode. Man, I can't wait. Valentine's Day is going to be awesome. You guys, make sure you check out Operation Mindcrime. It's coming out. It was either, today or tomorrow or yesterday, whatever. I was talking to someone about it. Some of these young kids said, you know what they asked me? What's a power ballad?
Oh,
I
damn.
had to describe it to them, but finally it came around is, have you heard Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue? And they would be like, yeah, I think so. I go, and so I'd play it, and they go, oh yeah, and I go, that's a power ballad. So this is a song that a lot of people know. That's a power ballad. It's a really good power ballad. Man, these kids don't know what power ballads are. Said it's a ballad.
That is not.
Forget about it, dude.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good, man.
When I say kids, I'm talking about in their 20s. I'm like,
Correct.
do you guys even make love? What's going on? How do you make love?
No, man, we smash.
Yeah, we smash, man. We smash.
That's what we do.
Giggity. Oh, God, dude.
Yeah.
Stupid kids.
Rock and roll,
you know
baby,
who I'm
down.
talking to out there. You know who you are.
Whoa. The big and the Motley Crue. Here we are, baby doll. Home. Sweet home.
God, what a... Another song about, being on the road and wanting to get back to home, sweet home, to wherever or whoever, the one you love, the place you love. That's what this song's about, man. And it's just great.
Now, Motley Crue does have a good amount of power ballads.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you, Chris. This is the one I would have picked too, even though there is a song called Glitter off of Generation Swine that I love and very emotional to me, and Without You from Dr. Feelgood. I love those. This is up there, but this is the one I would have chose, and every time we see them, I love it. I'm screaming, top of my lungs.
Oh, yeah.
I love this song. So I'm with you on this is the song that I would pick today. So Home Sweet Home.
And this song
Motley Crue.
everybody knows. It's been featured in movies. It's been featured in commercials.
Yeah.
It's been featured in TV shows. In concert. I mean, good Lord, this is a situation where possibly, maybe I'm wrong and maybe I'm not right, where a song has become bigger than the band itself. Like, Home Sweet Home is huge.
Yeah.
It's like their biggest thing going on. And it's just one of those things where Home Sweet Home just has a life of its own, separate and apart from Motley Crue. But man, what a great song. What a great sing-along. If you guys ever get a chance to see them in concert, I know that they're really at the end of their touring days and the end of their careers. But I'm telling you guys, if you get a chance to go see them, I know John 5 is playing with them now because Mick Mars retired, unfortunately. But
He retired from
performing,
touring.
from touring. But man, if you guys can get a chance to go see these guys live, when they play this song, it's gonna rock your socks off, dude. It's amazing.
Now, I'll give you a little tidbit from me and Chris. When they announced the last tour and this, every time me and Chris were together and they played this song, the last song, we were always bawling.
Oh yeah.
Me and Chris were all bawling because we're like, hey, that's time we're gonna see Motley Crue.
I'm gonna tell you guys this. Hey. Rock and roll is life, right? For us, rock and roll is life. Music is life. And when you have songs that you have such emotion attached to, when you're in a live setting, seeing a band that has put every piece of their fiber and their soul and exhausted themselves recording and performing and perfecting and bringing it to you live and getting to see that and feel and watch that emotion on stage, it just flows through you, dude. You can't contain it. The tears are like your emotions coming out. And it's not tears of sadness. It's tears of happiness and tears of you're enjoying yourself more than you've ever enjoyed yourself in this moment.
Thank you. That's exactly how I felt. And it was fun because the last time I did see Motley Crue, I was with my wife, and I'm crying. And she goes, oh, my God, I can't believe you're crying. And I'm like, I love this song so much. And I wish Chris was here with me.
Yes.
But I love it. I love it.
I do know that Tommy Lee's only regret was they didn't record it with a piano. They did it with an electric keyboard. But you can catch it on I think it's Decade of Decadence when they redid it, the 91 version, I think. He does it with a piano. Let's go to the next song.
Right. Oh. Thank you for playing this next. This is Kiss from Creatures of the Night. And honestly,
Their first good album.
Chris, there's a lot of ballads from Kiss.
Oh, I know.
A lot of ballads. I could have put... Beth would have been
If
the
you would've
other
put-
one.
if you would've
that I
put
would've-
Beth,
I would have been close to, like...
Close to not even being here today.
Beth would have been one of the songs I loved, too. I loved it that
I
time.
hate that song.
Yeah, I love it, man. You know, it's on next year's rotation.
That's a show for another... Oh, my God.
Next
dude.
year's rotation. It's on, man.
I don't want to take away from the songs. I really want you to talk about it. But with Beth, dude, it's about him not wanting to go home to his woman because he wants to stay and record a song with his bandmates.
Is that what you want to say?
And he's a shitty singer. Sorry, dude. Go ahead, talk about this. Go ahead.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Good.
Soapbox on.
Creatures of the Night. God, it's so good. Like I said, when I was looking at songs and stuff like that, this was one that I had to put on there. This has so much love and emotion for me that I still love you. And you can hear it. You can hear him scream. You can hear him. I could feel it in his vocals in this song, and it just means so much.
Oh, yeah.
So much emotion.
You know, this album with Eric Carr on drums.
Yeah.
Finally having a great good drummer. And Vinnie Vincent playing all the songs. I don't know if he played on this song. I would have to look. No, Robin Ford played on this song.
Okay.
But Vinnie Vincent played on a majority. This is when he kind of joined the band. Dude, it's not really one of my favorites and not really one of my get downs, but I can see how it would be. I mean, a lot of times you'll have your opinion about stuff, but I'll hear the conversation that's opposite of mine. I'm not a big fan of this song, but I get why someone would love this song. I totally get it. So I can separate myself of what I like, in my opinion, and what the song is autonomously. And it is I'm not going to say great, but it is a really, really good song. Really good song.
Yeah.
Just shy of great. Especially with Kiss, they do have some really great songs. But I can separate myself, but I can see how someone would bring this to the table as a power ballad.
I love this song, man.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how much I just... Yeah. There was no other... I mean, Beth came close, but this song I had to
you were
put on
13
this,
years
man.
old when this came out.
Yeah, dude.
God, you were a man, dude. You were a man.
I still have my high-pitched voice.
You still do.
I love it, man. There's just so much good stuff about it.
Yeah. Kiss is one of those bands that really, really is more known for their rockers than their ballads. But if you go and you listen to their albums, which we tell you guys you should always do, you're going to get these songs, these gems in there, and you're really going to love them.
Yeah.
They're-
You know, I like that. This is one of those hidden gems
Oh, yeah, dude.
on these albums that really... Look, just hear them scream right now. Here.
Emotion.
Right there.
There's emotion in that. Something that's vastly missing from the music of today.
Oh, yeah.
Vastly missing from the music of today is the emotion in the music. But man, I dare to say discovered or maybe rediscovered, but I think discovered this song when I was having a debate with a friend of mine about Kiss, and I had to go and just to make sure that my debate was sound, I had to go back and listen to this album. I'd listened to him a couple times, and that's when I kind of heard the song. And yeah, dude.
Okay. Well, at least you heard of it. That
Oh
was good.
yeah, I know the song. When I saw it on your list, I was like, okay.
Fucking Gregg.
See, even emotion in the guitar solo, dude.
Yeah,
It's-
so good.
love it. Let's go.
Right. Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Go ahead.
This is from David Lee Roth's second solo album, Skyscraper. It's called Damn Good. I loved it, and I thought it's so, romantic, Chris, and a beautiful song about two people, and, remember the good times, the damn good times. Either it's positive or negative, how I remember the good times we had, and we can say it, damn good times. And I think this song, Steve Vai does a fucking excellent guitar playing on this one, and David Lee Roth's vocals are beautiful. I want to say, I don't ever think Van Halen ever had a power ballad with Roth,
They did not.
but as a solo artist, he came out with this, and I think it's so beautiful. I love it. I've always loved it. It's on my favorites. I just can't get enough of this song. Very, like I said, I mean, a lot of the songs that, I bring to the table are so emotional for me that it just feels the same thing, man. I can hear this song all the time, constantly. Very beautiful, very romantic, very slow but moving. It's so good, man. I love this, man. You get me all fired up.
This song, when I hear this song by David Lee Roth off of the Skyscraper album, this song makes me just want to be out at the beach, laying in a little lay down little sling chair, laying next to my wife, nobody else around, having a little cocktail and having a damn good time. It's like
Exactly.
It's like relaxed love.
That's the picture I wanted you to paint. And thank you for painting it, Chris.
It's just
You know, a lot of these songs, or a lot of stuff that we bring, always has like a storytelling. And this is one of those that I definitely love, and I can feel it, and I can just, sunset, beaches, pools, lakes, damn good times, Chris. I love this.
oh yeah, dude. And with Steve Vai, forget about it, dude. I told you about the time I saw Steve Vai play live, and I was about 10 feet from him.
You told me, son of a bitch.
I
think you sent me a picture.
I think I probably did.
3
I got
seconds
to
after
meet
you
him,
took
dude.
it.
It was great. That story's for another day when we talk about maybe meeting some of our heroes or something like that. But
you know I got a lot of stories.
Yeah, I know you do. I only got like 2 or 3. You got 200 or 300. But yeah, everybody knows him from Van Halen, but
Those who from Van Halen?
David Lee Roth.
Okay,
But he had some pretty good solo stuff as well. Some of it I didn't like. Some of it was a bit loungy.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of cover songs coming right when he came out of the box, but he had some all right stuff. Let's go.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
This is another a moment in time for me. This song, it's called This Time. Heartbroken, saying, we're going to try one more time in our relationship, but this time is going to be different. This time will change. This time will be right. This time we'll do this. And honestly, Chris, in most of our, I've had probably about 3 good relationships in my life. I can relate this to each one of those times, because there was a time where we had, I don't want to say that 7-year itch where you're kind of like, what's going on here? Things aren't really working, but you work it out. This song applies to me. This song could have applied from my first girlfriend to my first wife to Vanessa. That kind of stuff. I love this song. Same thing. Dave McKetty, so emotional, so good. It just feels good. And from beginning to end, it's just magical for me, and I love it.
I love Gregg because I have never heard this song until Gregg brought it to this playlist. And it is one of those great emotional songs that you feel it, you hear it, and it's like, oh, wow, this song has meant a lot of things to a lot of people. You just feel it. It's great. It's a great song. Great vocals, great musicianship. The guitar playing's amazing. You just inescapable, man. It's great. It's great.
Yeah. I can't say enough about this band. This is on one of my favorite albums, In Rock We Trust. I really got into Y&T, but when this album came out, this was it, man. So whenever I think about Y&T, this is the song I want people to hear and feel and enjoy. There's nothing, man. There's nothing.
Then Summertime Girls. And then Summertime Girls is next.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Let's go. Ready to go to the next tune?
Of course.
Oh. I don't think this is supposed to be next. No. Let's skip it. There we go. I got mixed up in the middle of our mix somehow. I was like,
What are you doing? What are you doing to me, man?
I don't know. I'm like, man, we're halfway through this thing. I'm hungry, dude. I need some meatloaf.
When you put it on your list, I can honestly say I never heard the song from beginning to end. Never in my entire life.
So if it got on the radio, you said, F this?
Yeah.
Dude.
I would change the station. Now, I heard about this. Don't get me wrong. Meatloaf, I would do anything for you, but I won't do that. I heard this. I saw the video. I would change it, dude. This doesn't... Now, this is the song on your list, Chris, that took me for a loop. And like I said, you're right. When I decided to make my list, I put thought and emotion into mine. I had to put thought and emotion in. Does this mean something to Chris? And that's how I looked at it. So talk about it, because I know really nothing about it.
This song takes me back to high school.
Okay.
Takes me back, when I hear it, back to a moment in time. There was a period in time where this song was the absolute biggest song in the entire world.
I was living under a rock.
You could not escape it. 1993, man, and it was all based on this song. And I love Steinman, I believe, is the other guy that writes all the songs with him. Meatloaf and Steinman, they're all. See, here's the part I love. Listen to this. See, you think it's about to go off into some power, and it doesn't. It's like it when it's building. It keeps you wanting more, and then you know what I mean? It builds and then rebuilds. It's almost like it's shifting gears through the song, and it just like builds anticipation. The song is continually building anticipation till he finally tells you he would do anything for love, but he won't do that. And he tells you in the end exactly what he won't do. But man, this album was #1 in virtually every single country in the world, led by this song, including 9 times platinum in the United States of America.
Now, did you put it on here because it's a popular song? Or did you put it on because
I put it on here? I put it on here for many reasons.
Okay.
One, the construction of the song and the way that Meatloaf sings his vocals. I've always been a fan of the theater, going to shows. My parents took me to see shows and musicals. Family Opera I've seen 3 times.
Okay.
I've seen, more modern. I've seen Hamilton. I've seen a couple musicals here and there.
Got it.
The Pantages here. And this song and his singing and the songwriting just reminds me of that theater style of big, bombastic vocals that you just project. And you can feel like the emotion, because Meatloaf's an emotional singer. He sings with a lot of emotion. And I know a lot of people felt that. I think it deserved on the list for all those things. Plus, the popularity of the song and how many albums it helped sell. All those reasons. Here's something funny, though. Everybody's that's heard this song pretty much has only heard this version, which is 5 odd minutes. The original version, which is track 1 on the album, is 12 minutes long. And I did not know that until about 3 days ago. And I was like, it says when I put it on the list, it said single version or radio edit. And I go, well, I got to listen to the original. Like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
As soon as I went and searched the album, I was like, oh, it's like 7 minutes. That's the difference. Swear to God, dude. Swear to God. One of the most epic songs I've ever heard in my life. I had to listen to it twice in a row. I listened to it twice in a row. 24 minutes of my life. I loved it, dude. I couldn't get enough of it. And I love it.
Skip it.
Really? You hate it that much?
It doesn't do anything for me.
I'll tell you this.
Skip it.
Hold on. Go listen to the 12-minute one, because the music's different in it also. It's got a lot more guitar.
I'm not going to waste 12
stuff.
fucking minutes of my life in here fucking Meatloaf saying I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Thank you. Skip it. Now, here you go. You're playing a good song. Thank you.
For the second good song in a row, Still Loving You by the Scorpions. You know, they say that this actually put a spike in pregnancy rates when the song came out. Have you heard about that? I don't know if it's an old wives' tale or like an
I heard
urban
about
legend.
that, man.
The song was so popular on rock radio.
That's why a lot of kids are named Klaus.
I guess.
Or Rudolph.
Man, the Scorpions, Still Loving You. We say this about a lot of these songs, but man, this is really one of the ones. It's a nice, meaty, like 6 minutes long. Slow build. Great.
This is a build, man. Listen to this. This is a build. Love. Only love.
Great guitar solo. I think there's 2 in here. Man, this is a great song to snuggle up with your loved one and tell them that you're still loving them.
There you go.
No matter what happens. Man, I love it. Scorpion's great. Another one of those bands that has multiple they could rock it just as much as they could slow it down and hit you with the power ballad. And they have a lot of power ballads, and you can make an argument for 4 or 5 of them to legitimately be on this our first Valentine's Day special, some of our favorite and best power ballads. I went with this one, because of the longevity of the song, the old wives' tale, the urban legend of the song. Plus, it's one of my favorite bands. Remember the first time I saw these guys, Tesla opened for them, and it was also our first date. It's our first date. We went
Romance.
Yeah, dude, it was a great
voice.
voice.
It wasn't our first date. You brought somebody else to the date. You son of a bitch.
Oh, it was my roommate.
You brought someone else.
Of course I did. I had to get there.
I brought my wife at the time. So
Yeah, how was I going to get there? You know me, I got to have someone drive. Listen to that guitar tone, dude. It's great.
This is the first time me and Chris saw a concert together, if you want to say it that way.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't go together. I mean, of course, we've gone together many, many times, but this is the first time we seen each other at a concert and, met up, spoke hi, said hi, rocked out, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But, man, this is one. Wish we could play the whole thing. We're not even halfway through it. One thing I will say is that by the time this episode gets posted, up for streaming on both Apple and Spotify, we will have Big Talk playlists. We're going to title it Big Talk Power Ballads, and we'll have them on both streaming sites, shared for public. You guys search those up. You guys could find them and be able to listen to these.
I love it.
So you guys can hear all of these songs in all of their glory. Love them, hate them. Come back to us and let us know if we're idiots or if we're the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah,
let's go to the next song.
Skip the meatloaf one. Ooh, classic song. This is the same thing, Chris. This is a song called from Vandenberg. God damn, it's so good. Burning Heart. Slow, beautiful, romantic. Love it. Same thing. Long-time song. I love the song so much. Constantly on my playlist. Constantly on my favorites. But heartbroken, but feels so good. So if we ever do next year we're going to do Power Ballads, but all broken hearts, this would probably still be on it. But this is very not like that, dude.
Totally missed this one. It's a good song. I mean, obviously, when you sent me the list, I listened to all the songs and stuff. I like it. I just haven't never really heard it as much as some of the other songs, but it's got some great vocals. It's got great guitar. It's a power ballad, dude, and that's what the show's all about, man. And I think the more I've been listening to it, the more I've been hearing it, the more it's been growing on me. And this is Adrian Vandenberg from Whitesnake fame.
Yes.
You can't go wrong there.
So when he started out, he was guitar playing and singing.
Yeah.
And of course, his guitar work more stands out on it. So that's why he wanted to concentrate on guitarist. But yes, he can sing. And, when he did this, I think they made a couple albums out, but this is just a great, beautiful, romantic song, man. It's a very heartbroken song, man. So if you're not feeling the love and you want to feel a little Debbie Downer, this is a song to play, man, because you're going to feel it.
Yeah.
You're going to feel it.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you.
Yeah.
Let's go with the next song. Try Again by Lucia Montes.
She is a Portuguese singer. I heard this because Nuno Betancourt is the other part of the duet. And obviously, I love Nuno Betancourt from Extreme and his solo album. I was looking up something, and I found this song. And from the first time I heard it, Chris, I loved it. It's a story of boy, girl meeting, falling in love, and shit starts to fall apart. And at the end, they just know that if we try again, maybe we can get it right. And it's a good storytelling.
The story is good. I honestly, I really didn't care for it, but that's okay because we don't always have the same views. But it really didn't do it for me. But it does tell a really great story. I listened to it the first time, Then when I listened to it again the second time, I read the lyrics along with it so I could just get a better understanding. And Gregg is right. It does tell a great story of beginning, them kind of not seeing eye to eye, trying again. Then the next time they kind of fall apart, it's a little bit more of a divide between them, but they try again. It's like them trying again, keep on trying to make this thing work. And in the end, it's like they want to try again. And the story's great. Just not a huge fan of it, but we don't always have to see everything eye to eye. But yeah, I could see how someone would really like this song because it definitely tells a great story. That's for sure.
This would be more of a modern song because it came out in 1999, so it's a few years old. But still, I really felt it. I really connected with it and felt the love and emotion that it gave from me. I mean, like you said, sometimes, obviously, we know, Chris, love doesn't always work.
Yep.
And, sometimes people do try again in their life. And I thought it was just beautiful because, one, I love Nuno Betancourt.
Oh, obviously.
I love his singing. I love his guitar style. And coming from the girl that this is a Portuguese singer, which I never knew, it really touched me, and it's part of my favorites, and I can constantly listen to it. I look at it, and I can imagine a video that I can direct, and with a couple that will make it around. So
the most amazing thing I heard you say is that it's a modern song from 1999. We're so old that we think 1999.
Well,
doesn't 99 feel right around the corner, though?
I mean, in a sense, most of my stuff is 80s and shit like that, dude. 99 is right around the time. 21, 22 years old. I mean,
yeah.
I love it.
All right, let's go to the next one. Cinderella. We did a couple episodes. We did one episode, about their first 3 albums. Cinderella, a great band from the great state of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, if I remember correctly. This is really the one that took them from being just a staple on rock radio to being worldwide stars. I love Tom Keeper's vocals. Some people hate him. I love him. He plays the piano so beautifully in this song.
Exactly.
It really builds. It's a song about loss. It's a song about wanting. It's a song about wishing you had what you lost because you don't realize what you had until it's gone. You don't know what you got till it's gone. It's cheesy, it's cliche, but in this story, in this song, it holds so much weight and it's so true. It's a beautiful, beautiful song.
Yeah.
And a beautiful video too.
From a long cold winter, this is definitely a beautiful letter. Hey, so since we're in the mood for Valentine's Day, what I did is always when we have a theme, I like to bring Chris and our interns some treats, some tasty treats. So not with only bringing Chris beer, I brought him some Jägermeister because I love Jägermeister. I also brought him some traditional conversational hearts, which is like the hard.
I've been snacking on these.
Like little candy hearts that have little sayings.
What do
and
you
shit
say? You're mine.
Yeah, you're mine. I love you.
Only you.
XOXO.
Rock and roll forever.
Hug me.
Oh, look at this one. It says, "Hey man."
Mine says, "He's a fox again." I also brought some other treats. I also brought some Reese's peanut butter hearts. So I brought some, and I let the interns have some, and some snacks. So
now the ladies of the house devoured almost all those right there. I
so
saw the bag was almost there. There's like 2 left.
You get one,
Thank
I get
you.
one.
Thank you.
All right. So just little snacks. I mean, I knew it was Valentine's Day. I always like to bring treats and fun goodness.
Gregg is the treat master.
Treat master.
I highly advise hanging out with them if you can.
Oh.
Treat master.
Or buy him a beer, or buy him a shot and a beer.
Ooh, Jaeger and whatever beer.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I did not, on my first initial version of my playlist, have it on here. I did not have it on here.
Yeah, I'm going to yell at you on this one, but
I did not have it on here. Then, just tiddling around and talking to people, someone asked me about Purple Rain. And I said, that'd probably be a power ballad. Then I went back and I had to listen to it again. And I said, this is one of the, and Gregg may or may not agree with me, this is one of the best power ballads by someone that's not known for making power ballads.
No.
This is, and some people, this is probably his, in my opinion, this is his greatest song off of his greatest album, the Purple Rain soundtrack. Changed music forever, changed pop music in particular forever. But I was surprised at how much I didn't think this was a power ballad, and then I went back and listened to it. I go, oh my God, dude, this is a amazing power ballad. To me, it brought it to a whole new level. And I know I didn't include it in my initial list, but last second I added it and I ran it right up to the top and said, I gotta put Purple Rain on here, dude. I gotta put it on.
I'm not gonna disagree with you, Chris. I heard this song. I'm not a huge Prince fan. I do appreciate his musicianship. This is a very beautiful song, very emotional. So saying it's a power ballad, sure, I'm with you. I'm not going to disagree with anything that you just said about this song.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it on there because it maybe for me, when I told you my list was a little more emotional for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to disagree with you on great song, slow musicianship, storytelling, excellent Prince song, fucking-tastic. Good. Love it.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. And talking about heartache. So, however you look at it, man, very beautiful.
I love it.
Very beautiful.
I love it. I had to go back and listen to it a couple times.
Sure, dude. I mean, it's not like I don't know this song.
Yeah,
I've never heard it before.
Yeah.
I have, and it's cool.
It's sometimes you go back and listen to something you haven't listened to and you forget, or you almost surprise yourself like, oh shit, I forgot how great this was, dude. And that happened with the songs I haven't heard in a while, and I was like, oh man, I got to put it up there because it hit me like that when I re-listened to it again.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I gave Chris another shot of Jägermeister because me and Chris love Steel Panther.
Oh, yeah,
we're going to do the final shot of Jägermeister. Here, cheers. I'll let you listen to some lyrics.
If suddenly you were a guy, I'd be suddenly gay. 'Cause my heart
Belongs to you.
You know, me and you have a long storied history with this band. We have a long storied history about going to see these guys many times. And so every time I listen to this band, I always think of you. It gets me into like a mental place of like smiling and having great memories. You could have put on any song. This is definitely a ballad, definitely a power ballad. The only thing about Steel Panther that I think I've said this before, that I wish they would just do one. I would take one song, but I wish they would make one album of just stop with all the sexual stuff and just make a straight up just rock album like they do, but none of the trying to be sexy like this kind of stuff. Because the song is great, the melody is great, it's funny. I get it. That's their shtick. That's what they do.
Yeah.
I've seen them live. We've seen them so many times. I'm done with that.
What?
I'm done seeing them live.
They're playing at the end of the month, man. We're going.
I'm over that. I'll go if you want. Who's playing with them?
Don't worry about who's playing with them. The Panthers playing.
I wish they would just do some like serious rock.
No, I agree. I
think they could do well.
I think you're right. They can make some songs that are, these guys do have a few power ballads, but this one the most was, I don't want to say this is an emotional song, but to me it's fun. It's
Stripper Girl.
It's exciting. Yeah, there's some lyrics that you laugh because it just goes together. Great solo, great musicianship. These guys totally rock. If you ever check them out, Steel Panther. Now, if you have kids under 18, please do not play any of their music with them. Adults, young adults, even the teens are cool, but please watch out. They talk about sex, they talk about drugs, they talk about rock and roll, and they do it very explicit. There is a sticker on their albums. There should be two, but, this is it. If you listen to these lyrics, fun, good, I love it. There's another, they had 2 or 3 ballads I was toying with, Chris, but this is the one I wanted to play today.
Yeah.
Because obviously I love it.
I at first I was surprised to see it, but then I wasn't surprised. At first I was like, really? And I was like, well, that makes sense. It was like a thought all at the same time. It wasn't a period. It was like a comma in that whole thought process. But yeah, man, Steel Panther, and they're still going at it. They're still going at it. So I think we saw them back when they were in middle school. Man, please, Michael Stuck, please do just one. I'll take one song of just straight, serious lyric songs. Their guitar player, by the way, played in Halford.
No, Fight.
Fight. Sorry, Fight. Steve, God damn it. Rob Halford's solo band.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next song.
All right. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Going back to my, I'll tell you right now. This is a band called Tough. I Hate to Kiss You Goodbye. Same thing, Chris. Very emotional, very good song. These guys are still around. I love it.
Yeah.
I've seen them live from when they were very beginning back in the day. Country Club, the Whiskey, the Roxy, around town. I met Stevie Rochelle once at my work. He was walking out, and I was, Stevie, and he kind of looked at me like, what? You know, here I am, short hair, mustache type of dude, and I was like, telling him how much I love Tough, and his music meant a lot to me. They came out with one major release, which is this. Great songs, a lot of power ballads on here. Like I said, this song means so much to me. There's a couple of lyrics on there that they put that mean something. There's one point where they said, the things we shared were never meant to be. Sometimes in relationships, you share something magical with someone and it just didn't meant to be.
Yeah.
But this is a very beautiful song, very good. These guys, they were after Warrant, after Poison. They were in that mix. They never made it super big. Wait, hold on. Love it.
Yeah.
They were in the mix. They were the next big band. Yes, they got a major release, but for some reason it just didn't click, or it was a little too late.
Yeah, they were part of like that Tough and Roxy Blue right there at that 92-ish time, maybe when everything was kind of switching gears and one side was going down and the other side was coming up.
Like I said, they're still around today. They're still plugging around. They have a lot of independent releases. I can't say enough how great Tough was for me, and I loved it. So when I had a chance, and like I said, this was an opportunity for me to play this on our podcast, Chris, and I took that shot because I want the world, if you've never heard this before, never heard this band, never heard this song before, now it's out there. Now it's out, that it's out there and you guys can enjoy it. Like I said, Stevie still does Metal Sludge, which is, he still keeps music and does independent records. He's still singing. He's still doing stuff. He's a dad, so he has kids himself. Great stuff, man. I can't say enough about Tough. I loved them. Yeah, I love this song. This whole album I loved. And a lot of the independent releases, which I bought when I had to mail in to get it. I never found them in record stores. Loved it. These guys were so funny. There was even one point, Chris, where, in the shows they would call their mansion or their home the Tough Muff Mansion.
The Tough Muff Mansion. I love it.
Totally crazy, totally fun, totally good.
Yeah, dude.
Love Tough.
Great pick to be on this list. I love this song as well. You said everything I wanted to say and more.
Good.
So let's go.
Let's go.
November Rain from Guns N' Roses. I'm sure everybody has heard this epic.
Now, can I tell you, I don't think this is a ballad for me.
Really?
I know it starts off slow and the piano and the build and all that.
Okay.
I think I looked at it as a great song instead of a power ballad.
Huh. Okay.
I consider it a great song, not a power ballad.
I do consider a power ballad. It's got that, violins, piano, slow build. Then you get a guitar solo. Then you get a breakdown. Then you get more of the orchestral kind of things going on. Then it builds up again. The into another guitar solo, and it just keeps building. One of the elements of a power ballad is this continual build, and I love it. And I understand why people would say it's not, which is fine. I do consider it a power ballad. I think it's one of the best. It's an epic song. People are probably saying, okay, cliche, Chris is putting this on there, but I think it deserved to be on here. like I said, I'll say it again, you know, 2 different views on what's going on, and I wanted to put it on here.
Sounds good, man.
And I think so many people have heard this song that we can just move on to the next one. I think this is probably one of the biggest ones on this list, if not the biggest song.
Yeah.
We'll go on.
I thought Meatloaf was.
No, that one sold 9 million copies. It's a good song. All right, here we go. White Lion. You're All I Need. We did a show about White Lion. You guys go back and check it out. We talked about their first 3 albums. Man, this song, I love it.
Yeah. Good.
Vito brought his guitar playing, Mike Tramp's vocals. He's a great
Exactly.
lyricist. If you want to really hear about this band, go back and listen to our White Lion episode. We really talk about all these songs. This band just writes and performs great song after song after song. Great storytelling, great lyrics, great musicianship.
Great
Everything's
storytelling,
top notch. And this is probably one you guys have never heard before. And I wanted to put it out there. One of the only ones that's probably not released that's on my list. Man, I love this song. It's great.
I was glad you put this song on your list because it was a little differently than the singles, but great stuff. Like I said, they have a few ballads. These guys aren't always ballad stuff, but they have some good stuff. And this was one of them that, out of the blue, or a deep track that was the ballad, and it's very beautiful. Love it.
Yeah, and Vito's coming with his guitar solo, and they got a nice little, sing along and everything like that. Just like the great hair bands did with their great songs. And man, when our playlist comes out, when this episode comes out, go ahead and check this song out. You guys will love it. If you love this kind of music, if you've never heard this before, man, it's great. Great,
good,
love
man.
it. Let's go.
Oh yeah, Queens of the Stone Age. Make It With Ya. Love it. Same thing. Very beautiful, very romantic song. Talking about making it, and hey, I just, I want to make it with you. Make it with ya. That comment. Very beautiful. This is a band not known for slower songs, but this song really meant something to me. It's totally good rhythm, guitar work. When we talk about hanging on the beach, just relaxing, having a drink, being with the one you love, somewhere, this is one of those how I feel about this song.
To me, I'm not a big fan of this song. If I was in a bar or somewhere and it was playing in the background, that's kind of what it is to me, is background music. Not a big fan of the band. I heard the song, it didn't really do it for me. I thought the chorus, the title was a little cheesy, and I listened to it a couple times. I tried to really like it, but it just didn't do it for me. But I can see people like it. It just didn't. No, for me, it just didn't do it.
All right, cool. I think it was a single that they did because I know they had a video for it too. And the same thing, the video was just everybody around pit fires, just dancing, being romantic, or deep, slow kissing.
Yeah, that's what it kind of seems like. You put this on in the background after everything's going on instead of putting it on to get everything going on. Maybe that's kind of, that's how I kind of see the song. Like, it's in the background at the bar, you put it on the jukebox, everybody's kind of doing their own thing situation. But didn't really do it for me, which is okay. It's all right. You ready to go to the next song?
No, I want to hear a little bit of it, man.
Okay.
Excuse me. Bob my head to it, Chris.
I'll have a drink of my delirium.
All right, you can change it. I just want to hear that little.
All right.
Ooh, all right. Here we go. All right. A Day to Remember. This is one of my wife's favorite songs. I couldn't tell you enough about this. She brought it to my attention. Close to being modern. Loved it. Love it when they do it live so much. So many good memories of this, either seeing it live or being with her, and she constantly used to sing this in my ear. And I love it, man. This is a very, I don't want to say too much of a modern song, Chris. These guys have slower songs, but it's just so good, man. Off the album Homesick, 2009, Day to Remember. This is a very, being in love and just singing it out loud. And like I said, it was a song my wife loved, and it's just something beautiful. Reminds me of her a lot, and I love it, man. It's just so great. It's a little more. The same thing. Starts off slow, does a heavy build, very beautiful. I've seen on YouTube a lot of people covering this song, and they do the traditional la 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 la, and that's fun. Good chorus when you're at concerts singing it with your lighters, or mostly, sorry to rephrase that, with your phones in the air.
Yeah, it's phones now,
but
dude.
same thing. I love this. Very close to being modern. Love it. I can't express how much I love it.
Now, you sent me this list. I had heard of the band, don't know a lot of their music. I heard the song, I put it on, and I will tell you what my thought process was about this song and how it's come from 3 days ago when I first heard it to today. When I first heard it, I was fine with all of it, and I liked it. And hear me through when I say this. The part that I rolled my eyes to was the la 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 la's. But here's the thing. It's one of those things that makes you roll your eyes, but the more you hear it, it grains itself in you, and it becomes very catchy, and it goes from being like almost borderline annoying to being like you're looking forward to those parts of the song. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It makes that transformation, and it made it for me really quickly. And so at first I was kind of like, I get what the song's about. Awesome song. The lyrics are great. The songwriting's great. The playing's great. I love the acoustic guitar in it. I love how it's a female and male singer.
Mm-hmm.
That's always great. The la la la's at first were like, oh God, dude, what the fuck is this? And then the more you listen to it, it just grows on you. And now I'm like, yeah, of the songs that I didn't know, or the songs I was kind of like whatever about in that group that you sent, this is the one that stands out the most for me, and this is probably the one I'm going to take the most away from the list you sent me, for sure.
Good. Like I said, it was just something Vanessa bought to...
See, even this part, when I first heard it, was like, oh God, but now it's like, I see it, I hear it, I feel it. It's great.
Yeah, there you
Love
go.
it.
Good. Yeah. I've seen him a few times with her. So good like that. But I wanted to bring it for this one. Like I said, Song and Emotion. This was one of the songs that I needed to bring to the table for us. Love it.
All right, let's go to our last song. Last song. Here we go. The last song, the song we opened our show with, Heaven by Warrant. Now, this was the one song that me and Gregg both had on our list. I don't know if he knew I was going to put it on it, but I knew he was going to put it on it because Janie Lane is one of his favorite songwriters of all time.
Yeah.
So I'll let you talk about it a little bit.
You know how we talk about storytelling in the song and songs like that? This is, what the words he paints are the words I see. And I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
This was their biggest song. It never went to number one, went to number two, but a very beautiful song. I love it. And I never told you this before, but this was, I want to say, my song to my first wife. And
Yeah, I did not know that.
Wedding that, yeah. So at the time, it was cool. Loved it. And just for a tidbit, Vanessa never liked Janie Lane.
Yeah.
She fucking hated that fucker. So I never.
I don't know if you know this, but anytime you would start talking about Janie Lane, she would just be like, she would roll her eyes and be like, oh God. Like every time, dude, it was like,
I hated that fucker, man. There's a story which I'll bring to the table at another point of view about Warrant and Vanessa. But yeah, that was very funny. But I do love this song for many reasons. I don't know, this is fun. I you know what's funny is I have played this song for my daughter, and I told her this was a wedding song-ish. Like, you have a song that you want her to sing to her, and she has a song that she wants to play for me. This is what I played. This is what I told her I played for her mother at the time. So my daughter, Kira, I played this for her mother at the time that we were married, engaged, in love, let's say. This is my song for her.
Great song.
Love it.
Great band. I think the Power Ballad, Monster Ballad compilation album kind of gave them a bad name because it just focused on them in their white leather suits.
Yeah.
That whole little time period when it was like a little resurgence, they kind of gave them a cheesy factor. These guys are not cheesy at all. They write great songs. They play great songs. They sing great songs. That's all I got to say, dude. And that's all I got to say about this whole list. Great songs. Great everything. BigTalkCG.podcast on Instagram and TikTok. BigTalkCG@gmail.com. At BigTalkCG on Twitter. You can also find us on Facebook, Big Talk Podcast with Chris and Greg. Happy Valentine's Day to all you lovers and lovers in training. Thank you for listening. What do you got to say, Greg?
You know what? This was I've been waiting and for Chris to say let's do a ballad episode, and we both agreed on Valentine's Day, and this is going to be an annual thing for us. Well, next time we're going to put out another list of bitchin' rock power ballad love songs, heartbroken songs. We definitely love it. So you, just to know everybody, we love you. You love us. Thank you very much. And from Big Talk Podcast with Chris and Greg, see ya.